What's going on, guys? There is nothing worse than having everything going absolutely amazingly in a particular training block, but you either have to stop or rein it in and deload early, or you're just sore all the time. But luckily there are a couple of things that we can implement into our warm-up that take like 2 minutes to absolutely bulletproof our body, so we're more capable of getting more out of the session, and we're well on the way to making sure that we recover as quickly and as best as possible. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Jim Galvin, and on this channel we explore all things training, nutrition, biohacking and ancestral living to help you guys cut through all the crap and all the myths in the fitness industry to make sure that we can actually implement the stuff we need to make sure that we can do everything to improve our performance, our health and our physique. And today I want to share with you my 3 top tips to hack your warm-up to make sure you absolutely bulletproof your body. So let's get cracking, shall we? Firstly, a little mobility hack I'm a massive fan of, especially when it comes to shoulders and hips, which, if there are 2 parts of the body that you're going to keep nice and mobile, probably should be those 2. It's something called banded distraction. For example, guys, with your hips, as you see here, one of the things you can do is basically lanyard a band to pretty much anything that's not going to fall over on top of you or get broken through this process. But basically lanyard a band, put one leg in, pull the band up nice and high on the thigh, and then basically face away from the lanyard point. So the band is pulling the head of the femur basically back towards your posterior side to the back of your body. This is the best way to do it, to basically just articulate a little bit of extra movement, basically create a little bit of extra space in that hip joint. Another way that you can do this is actually pull to the side. Again, it's exactly the same position, guys. You just get down into a lunge, let that one knee rest on the ground so you're nice and stable. Throw the other foot a little bit out to the side laterally so you get a little bit more of a broad base left to right. And then one extra little bonus hack for you is to do tiny little oscillating movements. Again, imagine the head of the femur's here, it's in your hip joint, and all it's doing is just creating a little bit of extra space. It's just starting to, exactly as you would expect, mobilize the joint. It's also super easy to set up with your shoulders, guys, either at the same height, or you can do it from like a pull-up bar or a rig or something like that if you'd like to. One of the things I do basically is wrap it round my wrist and actually almost hook grip the band. And the reason for this, guys, as you're seeing here now, is so that I'm not gripping too much with my grip with my forearm, and therefore eliciting tension all the way down the forearm, all the way into the shoulder. We want to keep everything as relaxed as possible, right? So basically wrapping the band around your wrist and effectively just hook gripping the band allows everything to kind of switch off. That allows all of that kind of neural attachment where everything can just relax, and you can get a little bit more of an articulation. Basically, you can get more of a benefit from actually doing this if you do that this way. In your shoulder, palm facing up, and just allow the shoulder kind of to be pulled forwards. Another absolutely wicked addition to your what's called prehab routine if you're doing one of those. Another way that you can do the shoulders is basically to face away from the lanyard point, lift your elbow nice and high, holding the band behind you, and it just starts to stretch out your lat and starts to mobilize your shoulder in a slightly different way. The shoulder has a hell of a lot more range of movement than the hip, but it sacrifices stability for this extra mobility. So one of the things we're trying to do is basically make it nice and mobile, stretch out all the muscles around it, but trust me, this will help with actually making it more both mobile and stable. Secondly, not that I'm at all big enough on YouTube to be sponsored by these guys, one day, but I absolutely flipping endorse this little implement of pain from Pso-Rite, and basically it is just one of the best things probably the best thing I've ever found for loosening up my hip flexors, for loosening up my lower back, and just loosening up everything enough to realign the pelvis. Seriously, guys, this is absolutely amazing any time of day, but I like to implement this into my warm-up. I just keep it in my training bag, so at the beginning of the session, just pull it out before I do anything else. This is literally the first thing I do when I get onto the gym floor, and it's now so part of my habit, it would genuinely feel weird if I didn't have this. Just make sure it's in the right position in your hip flexors. You can move it up and down a little bit at different kind of insertion points, but just control your breathing and try as much as you can to relax into it. Again, it is going to be uncomfortable, but you do, like you would do with anything like this, you do get used to it surprisingly quickly. Also amazing for kind of your lower and mid back and just below your rib cage. And again, just a couple of big deep breaths in this position, 30-40 seconds there, and trust me, everything will just feel a little bit more aligned. And if you do have a tight back or tight hip flexors generally, as I have done for many, many years, I've never found anything as good as this right here. And my third and final tip, guys, finally, I am a huge fan of primers. These are basically exercises that have tiny little movements involved to get some of the stabilizing muscles working. I'll make it super quick and applicable, guys. If you have never heard of Dr. Stuart McGill, the Canadian kind of back pro specialist, you are missing out on some of the most golden advice ever. He has what's called his Big Three, the McGill Big Three. 3 movements, as you are seeing here. A slight lying tuck to start with one foot on the ground, one leg straight, bringing that straight leg into the air only by a couple of inches. Again, these are small, fine, precise, controlled movements as you're lifting the torso up as well. Second one of the Big Three is a side plank, as you're seeing here. And the third one is basically on all fours into kind of a Superman with one leg being raised and one arm, and then using your core, feeling as though it's the muscles in your trunk to crunch down and take one elbow to the opposite knee and then back up. Do 10 each side of all of these guys. There are thousands of people worldwide that have benefited from doing this every single day, and I'm happy to say, Dr. McGill, if you're out there and you're listening, I'm one of them. That's the first part of this one, guys. The second one is to do some monster walks. Your glute med, which is a little banana-shaped muscle, kind of on the outside and the top of your bum cheek. It's not the gluteus maximus, which is the big like power generation muscle, but your glute med, especially for the ladies out there, is phenomenally important in stabilizing. Well, it's phenomenally important in stabilizing with everyone, but in a lot of female athletes, it's quite underactive. So if you do a few priming exercises like monster walks, as you're seeing here, it's an amazing way to just get that warmed up. And again, it's so quick, guys. This is not detract from your warm-up. This does not detract from your session. It is not that much of a ball ache to do something that is absolutely going to help your performance in the long term that only takes about 15 flipping seconds to execute. Because of that, I want to see every single one of you doing these. Thank you very much. And so, we obviously know that training in a roundabout way makes us stronger, right? But did you know that the direct response of working out, of training, of lifting weights, doesn't actually make you stronger? It makes you weaker, it breaks down your body, and it actually suppresses your immune system. But there is this amazing physiological principle called the general adaptation syndrome, which basically means that your body doesn't repair itself to where you were before, it actually overcompensates and makes you even better. That's how we get fitter, that's how we get stronger, and that's how we build muscle, right? So imagine that you break down, 200 microfibers in your bicep. Your body grows back, it repairs those 200, but it also grows back another 20, as an example. And I recently did a video on how to hack your recovery to make sure that you both A, recover faster so you can get to your next session quicker, and B, recover better so you're actually getting more of a benefit from your training sessions. If you did enjoy today's video, guys, please do click on this link right here and watch this one immediately. It's a game changer, trust me. I know you might be like, well, he would say that, but I'm not lying to you. And also, please do make sure you subscribe. We've got lots of amazing content coming up over the next coming weeks and months, specifically for amazing people just like you. Have an amazing day, team. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay awesome. Peace out for now.